and all that we've done wrong had finally caught up with us.
Latter Rain Assembly Pastor Tunde Bakare expresses absolute confidence in the ability of the Buhari administration to fulfill pre-election promises. Over 400 billion naira already disbursed by the federal government as capital allocation in 2016.
Nigerian policy toward Mali have been always a support to the unity.
I'm Elizabeth Banu, and we're reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. The General Overseer of the Latter Rain Assembly, Pastor Tunde Bakare, has expressed absolute confidence in the ability of the Buhari administration to fulfill pre-election promises and change Nigeria for the better. Addressing newsmen after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari, Pastor Bakare, however, said change does not happen overnight, especially with the rot inherited from the last administration. Hence, the need for patience. Emir Adeosun, who said the media parley in Abuja, also added that the ministry has been given a mandate by the president to manage recovered loot, soon to be made public. Leah Katumba Batunde brings us up to speed on this development.
The parley is the first in the series to update journalists on activities of the ministry. Kemi Adeosun, while enumerating efforts being made to reflate the economy, called on Nigerians to exhibit economic patriotism in addressing issues negatively affecting the economy. She said government is focusing attention on bridging the current infrastructure gap in the country, and it is
Bola Brooklyn Sunday has details.
As infrastructure is key to turning around the economy of any nation, the Buhari-led administration places priority on infrastructural development. The minister says the foresight of the administration led to the largest allocation to infrastructure in the 2016 budgets.
I can assure you that there is political support at the highest level. The President, Muhammad Buhari, is determined to turn this economy around.
The group says it's collaborating with the Ministry of Budgets and National Planning after a meeting with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo.
Hopefully be able to
Achibong has details.
Chief Oyegun said the national body of the party is convinced that Godwin Obaseki will sustain the legacies of Oshomole's late administration and should be given the backing.
From Mr. President to the national chairman to the entire national executive of your party, the APC, has endorsed, and so I should tell you, that their candidate is Godwin Obaseki. It's our mission. It's a part of the vision. We made the target we set for ourselves. We made what we accomplished and what is yet to be accomplished. But you know the way we want to do extra? Now the way we will call human development.
Meanwhile, the APC campaign train had visited the traditional rulers of these communities to pay homage and also seek their royal blessings and support. From Esako West local government area.
Manufactured 25 years ago by the Germans. When the Nigerian Air Force acquired this aircraft in May this year, it had no weapon delivery capacity. But today, it has been reworked to deliver 64 snipe rockets of 57mm and 68mm, as well as drop of 2 bombs of between 250 kilograms and 500 kilograms, a feat credited to the Chief of Air Staff Research and Development Policy. Reporting to the Chief of Air Staff after the test flight, Commander 99 Air Combat Training Group, Wing Commander Henry Eze, says the aircraft is combat ready.
This one will be deployed immediately.
You see, air power is highly flexible. The fact that we have deployed in the northeast, it's just a matter of an hour or thereabout to move it to the south-south if there is a need for it to be in the south-south. So what we are doing is we are prudently managing whatever assets we have.
Air Marshal Abubakar also spoke on the purported Boko Haram video, which claimed that the Air Force killed some of the missing Chibok girls.
For us who are professionals, when we watch that video clip, we know that it was nothing more than cheap propaganda. There's no way you bomb people and you see their body intact.
Remodeling the Alpha Jet was estimated by a foreign firm to cost 25 million naira, but the Nigerian Air Force did the job at 3 million naira. The Chief of Air Staff took out time to inspect some ongoing projects at the base. From Kenji, Isaac Nkuma, NTA News.
The Minister of State Aviation, Hadi Sirika, has received the framework on airport concessioning that will involve a public-private partnership towards an efficient utilization of abundant skilled manpower in that sector. Receiving the framework from the management of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, Sirika said the federal government's resolve to concession Nigerian airports was to give room for the development of other airports across the country once the big airports are no longer congested. The Director General of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, Aminu Dikko, said the time has come for diversification of the economy where the private sector will be allowed to play a major role considering a huge infrastructure deficit which requires foreign capital and expertise to supplement whatever resources that can be brought together. You can watch this news live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. Abia State Governor Ikpeazu
if you know fit go internet or follow for Twitter, you know fit snap photo send or get it photo send. Now because you dey use Palasa, your phone no dey answer. See me see wahala. My brother, go get smartphone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no go for your hand, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone. Phone wey no fit take selfie. Drop that Palasa phone. No be correct phone, yeah. Drop that Palasa phone.
Upgrade to a smartphone today and get double data for 6 months on any MTN data bundle you buy. Simply purchase a smartphone from any store anywhere in Nigeria. Insert your MTN SIM or bring any smartphone to the MTN network to start enjoying your double data bonus. Offer is open to all new and existing MTN subscribers. Join the largest smartphone movement today.
Make it not for your hand. That's Palasa phone.
Would you like some water? It's cold, especially for you.
Which era are you living in? We have a fridge.
When everything else in your house is from the present, then why are your toilet cleaning methods from the past? Harpic, all-in-one for you. Compared to other toilet cleaners, Harpic removes top stains, kills all germs, and removes bad odors for a shining clean and fresh toilet.
Wow.
You should also take the Harpic
all-in-one challenge.
It's truck month at Ford and we've got a Ranger just for you, Vincent. Here's the Workhorse 2.5 petrol single cab with free Ford Protect, a 4-year 120,000-kilometer service plan. Or the 2.5 petrol-based double cab with 800mm water wading capability, available in manual transmission and with free Ford Protect. So while stocks last, visit Kostaris Motors today. Because, wait for it, thanks Vincent, we've got a tough Ford Ranger just for you.
Guys, TGIF!
TGIF!
TGIF.
See you later. See you later. Bye-bye.
Now the real turn-up is online. Thank Glow, it's Friday.
Now you can enjoy 3 gigabytes for 500 naira plus 100 naira free talk time every weekend with the Glow Weekend Plan. Dial *777#.
Hello, Steve. Oh, not there now.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
You get 3 kinds of moms. The paranoid mom, the cautious mom, and the Dettol mom. She only trusts Dettol antiseptic liquid to protect her family from up to 100 illness-causing germs, and it's recommended for cuts and scrapes, which is why you can worry less and love more. Don't just be any mom, be a Dettol mom.
Bayes University Abuja offers world-class education, uninterrupted academic session, and promising degrees for a sustainable job. Bayes University Abuja is affordable and delivers quality with experienced international.
Xiaomi M5 Plus with a 50-20 milliampere battery that lets you play for up to 3 days on a single charge. Xiaomi M5 Plus, always in power.
If we have lost the opportunity of 15 years, let us no longer lose any opportunity for the future. Our alternative is agriculture immediately and solid minerals.
We should be appreciative of the president who has again diverted attention to this issue of agriculture.
The present administration is determined to go back to planning, identify priorities beforehand. When money comes, it is applied to that purpose. And you can see the results.
We are determined to rehabilitate our country, especially for our children and our grandchildren.
And by the grace of God, it never happen in life that you lose this case. Never.
The appeal court in Abuja set aside the judgment of Justice Okon Aban of the Federal High Court Abuja, who ordered Ibazu to vacate his seat as the governor of Abia State. In Umuahia, Dennis Temple.
The Chairman, Police Service Commission, Mike Okiro, says the Commission remains committed to the conduct of the recruitment of 10,000 police officers approved by President Muhammadu Buhari in the most transparent manner based on merit and fairness. The Chairman stated this at a media briefing to update members of the public on the current state.
So, didn't get any advance report against any coordinator.
The Commission said those screened out are due to overage, alteration and falsification of forged documents, physical features comprising height, chest, eye, bow and care legs, tattoo marks, class of degree or diploma, among others. Also, 115 applicants were so far arrested for breaches ranging from forged documents and impersonation, and has been handed over to the police for investigation and prosecution. Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
The National Business Certificate and National Technical Certificate examinations for May and June examination results have been released. The Registrar, NAPTEP, Professor Isiogu Abanihe, announced the release of the result in Benin, Edo State. Ivy Omori has details.
That a total of 69,472 candidates enrolled for the examination nationwide. 38,280 candidates have 5 credits and above with English language and mathematics representing 55.93%, while 54,485 have 5 credits and above with or without English language and mathematics representing 79.61% of those examined. A total
to millions of people worldwide. Some of these aid workers have either lost their lives or injured themselves. They provide support for natural disasters and different world challenges such as hunger, gender-based violence, refugees and displaced people, help for children, as well as clean water and access to sanitation.
Wealthy Nigerians, not necessarily the wealthy Nigerians, but every Nigerian can help their neighbor.
Nigeria equally has its own fair share of these challenges, especially insurgency, which at this time stakeholders say more commitment is needed to support people affected by crisis and ensure that aid workers.
Fatima Abdurrahman and Patience Hosfall Obuza are advocates of the project in Rivers State and the FCT. Professor Gidado Tahil urged them to fight any hindrance that stands on the way of providing the girl child with quality education.
We thank the Rivers State government for giving us this wonderful lady who is here, and the FCT for giving us Hadia, because we have seen, your backgrounds and the kind of contribution that you have made in the sector, in this particular sector, education sector.
I feel that with the terms of reference I have in my appointment here, God will help me so that we be able to get relevant agencies who are expected to fund these projects to do so.
Police station. But so make mistake of going to the church, going to their uncle, because time is of essence. By the police station, you'll be referred to specialists.
Experts identified a situation whereby rape victims eventually become the accused as major factor militating against justice for them.
The Nigerian system, for me, has not improved, has not given any platform for treatment for such victims.
The issue of perception is a great problem, and I think our society generally needs to have like a reorientation program to know that people who are raped are the victims.
People keep thinking that if you go to court to discuss the case of rape, then you are open to all kinds of comments and insults, and they don't want their families to be involved.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Senate in 2015 passed the Sexual Offences Bill, which prescribes life imprisonment for rapists and those who have sexual intercourse with children under 11 years. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
You're watching NTA Network News. Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola.
Vandals. Amechi Pius has details of these and other stories on Business News.
Hello, it's nice to have you join us on Business News. Minister of State Petroleum, Dr. Ibe Kachukwu, has appealed to pipeline vendors to stop their illegal and unpatriotic activities in the oil and gas industry. He urged them to embrace dialogue as one sure way of resolving their grievances. Dr. Kachukwu, who lamented the monumental decline of crude oil and domestic gas supply, loss of lives and environmental degradation due to the activities of vandals, stated clearly that no meaningful development can be achieved in the sector if the activities of vandals are not checked.
These assets are jointly owned, they're owned by the nation, and quite frankly, continue to destroy them. You get to a point where you've destroyed everything, and so what next? How does that solve the problem? So I'm as sympathetic as they can be over the issues of the Niger Delta, but the solution to Niger Delta is not the continuous destruction of pipelines and crippling of national economies.
The contributory pension scheme introduced by the federal government in 2004 has been described as a well-structured scheme that has brought succor to contributors comprising workers of both the public and private sectors of the economy. A pension fund manager who spoke to Business News said such funds can be channeled towards economic development through sustainable investment strategies.
It has to be a project that if I put money in,
the money will come back in due period to meet the ultimate objective, which is to pay pensions.
Capital market operators, these financial advisors who have seen over the past decade that the Pension Commission will
to bank with your mobile anytime, anywhere. Or send money thousands of miles in a flash. Plus, smart ways to save and invest so your children can move on up too. And trust EcoBank to help with the things that matter most. Visit us online today and move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
Wow, Fanta! Wow, that great taste! The delicious bubbly Fanta! What could possibly get in our way? Drink your Fanta before someone else does. Enjoy the great tasting Fanta flavors!
The moral basis and credibility to comment on the country's economy. A statement issued by the media officer to the APC national chairman, Segun Dipe, stressed that over $2.1 billion was lavished by the PDP government under the guise of purchasing arms to fight Boko Haram. Another $20 billion from oil proceeds never paid to the Federation account, 33 trillion national oil revenue that the PDP-led federal government never accounted for, as well as $47 million distributed to PDP faithful during the election. The APC national chairman therefore says this financial mismanagement has thrown over 170 Nigerians to abject poverty and suffering. The statement also indicated that the criticism from the PDP is just a mere distraction and the APC will not fall into its ploy. In an effort to encourage wealth creation and self-employment, a total of 500 trainees have been selected to benefit from the 5th phase of the National Industrial Skills Development Program of the Industrial Training Fund in Cross River State. The Acting Director General, Industrial Training Fund, Dixon Onoha, said 3 senatorial zones of the state are to provide criticism in the course of its constitutional assignment. Chairman of the Commission, Ibrahim Magu, stated this when he received the Acting Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank on how to recover monies owed by defaulters. Mohammed Hamza Sheikh reports.
For over 10 years, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has been fighting corruption and corrupt practices in Nigeria. In carrying out this task, many big names have been prosecuted and huge sums of money recovered from them. In spite of this, however, the EFCC has received uncomplimentary remarks from some quarters regarding the mode of its operations. The Commission says these remarks are only coming from unpatriotic Nigerians.
By and large, we are prepared to support you at all. So anytime you have anything, you come. If you want to also create a desk, we will create a desk so that you can always reach them at the shortest notice. So we just provide a quick intervention kind of things and work together.
Acting Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Richard Essing, had earlier sought the assistance of the EFCC in recovering the huge debt owed by its customers, which he said runs into billions of naira.
I'll urge you not to rest in your horse in the ongoing fight against corruption, which victory our country desperately needs.
For interrogation.
So because of that, we should fear Allah. We should stop committing sins. We should try to be faithful.
The Imam told the congregation to shun all evil deeds and repent truthfully so that they may receive Allah's blessings and mercy. He also prayed for peace, unity, and development of the country. Muhammad Hamza Sheikh, NTA News.
Leaders of All Progressives Congress in the southwest on Nigeria's political system. Let's join Kemi in our Ibadan Network Center for this and a story on Information Minister Lai Mohammed at the Shango Festival in Oyo Town. Over to you, Kemi.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good evening, and thank you for joining us in Ibadan. Leaders of the All Progressives Congress in the Southwest have called for restructuring of the nation's political system to encourage true federalism and compulsory free primary and secondary education in the zone. This was part of the resolutions of their one-day meeting held in Ibadan. Correspondent Daojo White has details.
The meeting was the first in the zone since the All Progressives Congress assumed leadership at the national level. After extensive deliberations, the Southwest APC leaders called for more engagement of the zone in the affairs of the party at the national level. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, in a message,
taking that the present situation that we have will not tarry for long, because government has put so many things in motion to smoothen the economy.
Alaafin for Oyo Oba Lamidi Adeyemi III described culture as one of the most growing forms of leisure and business, which, if properly harnessed, will revamp the nation's dwindling economy. The 2016 World Shango Festival in Oyo Town, which was declared open by the minister, showcased some of the cultural heritage of the ancient town.
And that's it from here. It's back to you, Elizabeth, for the rest of the news.
Thank you, Kemi. Nigeria and Mali agreed to foster binational, bilateral and sub-regional cooperation to tackle the menace of terrorism as UNICEF discovers underage boys being recruited into army groups in South Sudan. These and more on foreign tidbits, plus sports and weather outlook for Saturday when we return. Stay with us.
A hectic lifestyle or overeating can cause a burning pain in your chest. That's heartburn. Take Gaviscon. One dose relieves in 3 minutes to soothe the pain of heartburn. It goes straight to the source to work for hours, providing long-lasting relief.
That's why I recommend Gaviscon.
I recommend Gaviscon. Gaviscon, fast relief you can actually feel.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Hey, I just had a shower, but why do I still feel so hot and sweaty?
Let me finish this and I will show you something surprising. Let's take a look. See, heat means sweat.
Thank you for staying with us on NTA Network News. Nigeria and Mali have agreed to foster stronger binational, bilateral and sub-regional cooperation in tackling the menace of terrorism. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Oyama, said this at a strategic meeting with the Malian delegation in Abuja. Gabriel Odu reports.
Nigeria and Mali established binational commissions since 1999 and have maintained a robust and excellent relation. But both ministers agree that the tenets of the Binational Commission have not been effectively implemented, especially in areas of security and intelligence gathering.
We're in the process of instituting far-reaching reforms of ECOWAS, and we are very much on the same page with your country on the reforms that need to be made and on the importance of sub-regional integration.
Nigerian policy toward Mali have been always a support to the unity, the territorial integrity, and the secular nature of Mali, which was really at the core of the crisis we went through. And we also know Nigeria participated financially and made pledges when we organized a conference in 2013 in Brussels.
against terrorism. That's